Welcome everyone to the fourth and final workshop in the Tech Talks Rochester series, sponsored by M&T Bank. Beverly Fairbrooks, Vice President and Regional Community Reinvestment Officer of M&T Bank, on the call with us. And we would like to say thank you to Beverly and M&T for giving us the opportunity to provide this business education series to our Rochester small business owners.
Thank you, and M&T Bank, we really appreciate being able to partner with you on this. And I'm just hoping that everybody's getting a lot out of this. The contacts that you've had, the speakers, it's really been good to be able to participate and watch and listen. So I'm just happy to be a partner in this with you. Thank you.
My name is Dion Jack. I'm the Deputy Director for our Buffalo office. And for those of you who are not familiar with Pathstone Enterprise Center, we are a nonprofit community development financial institution. And we provide small business lending and financial assistance to small business owners and emerging entrepreneurs in Rochester, Buffalo, and Puerto Rico. We provide debt financing from $5,000 up to $250,000 to individuals who are mostly located in financially underserved areas and who would not be able to walk into a bank and get a small business loan, a traditional small business loan. And part of our services is to provide business education, such as the workshop that we're providing, the Tech Talks workshop we're providing. We also have a small business community forum that we host every other Friday to give small business owners an opportunity to network, share experiences, ideas, and get access to free technical advice from industry and subject matter experts. Those are just a couple of the things that we do under our technical assistance program. If you'd like more information about Pathstone Enterprise Center, you can visit our website at theenterprisecenterinc.org. On the call with us today is Anthony Dixon. Anthony is an investor and consultant with SPA Capital Management. And Anthony has been facilitating this workshop series for us, as well as our today's presenter, David Simons. He is the founder and CEO of Kingdom Social Media. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Anthony.
Hello, how everyone? I am Anthony. Let me just move the slides and advance it for you. So we're going to switch it up a little different this time just because we do have a lot more people who are going to be joining. Right now we're at 19. So thank you to whoever came in and has joined us. So one of the things we want to do is, hi, my name is. So in that chat box, what I really would like for you to do is to write in your name, your business, and provide a summary of what you do. One of the best social things that you can do is called networking. And the people in this room can be your biggest supporters, or they can be collaborators, they can be partnerships, or they can definitely just be customers or consumers of your product. So if I can get everybody to just fill out your name, your business, and provide a sentence or two on what you provide, that will help us to kind of see who's in a room and engage each other. And feel free after they leave their information, if you would like more information privately, send them a chat and connect afterwards. So I'll be looking for that. And now I would love to take this off the screen and stop sharing. While you're filling that out, I would like to turn it off to David Simons. David Simons is a person I've been working with since I'm originally from Philadelphia. He worked in one of my programs. He was someone that I really found a lot about social media and connected through. So I'm happy to turn it off to David Simons. Thank you.
Truly honored. Thank you, Anthony. Always a pleasure working with you. Thank you, Dion. A pleasure to meet you and work with you as well. And Hubert, thank you as well. And also Beverly of M&T Bank as well. Thank you all. Truly an honor to be here before you, and also to all the my fellow entrepreneurs, business owners, and aspiring entrepreneurs. I'm excited to be here and share some content that I believe can help in this current environment that we're in right now. There's something I want to share that's not in my slides before I even start that I think is really important to look into, and the mindset that we have to have in this current environment. The first thing that we have to recognize is that that opportunities are still abundant. So we have to think from a place of abundance, not scarcity. We can't feel like, oh, there's nothing out there for me, jobs aren't there, opportunities aren't there, because the truth is there is more opportunity, there are more things. Though there are bad things happening with COVID-19, there are also great things happening with COVID-19. So the mindset, we have to shift our mindset to a perspective of abundance. The second thing I want to share pertaining to this economy and this current pandemic is that we have to have a mindset that looks at innovation, that truly that great things are born out of adversity. Innovation is born out of adversity. So this is where the best ideas, some of the best companies were created in bad times. Ubers of the world and Lyft and Airbnb were created in the last recession, 2008, 2010. Those companies were created in bad times. The third thing is, I think is the most important thing, is that the best resource is resourcefulness. So taking what you're getting here from Pathstone and taking what you're getting from the different communities and resources that you have and making the best out of it and utilizing it. So it's not about what you don't have, it's about using what you do have. My friend Doug always says, a fellow New Yorker, he said, well, I'm not a New Yorker, he's a New Yorker. He said, eat what's in your fridge. It's kind of like the last thing you don't, the thing in your fridge that you don't want to eat, you got options to go buy something to go, but you don't want to eat that last macaroni and cheese that's leftovers. This is the time to eat the leftovers. This is the time to look at what you have inside, take an inventory, and jump into that. So I just wanted to share those three things before we even jump into social media, because mindset is really important for us in this current environment. So again, thank you all for having me here. I'll briefly, very quickly go through my bio. For those that don't know me, I've been in the social media space for quite a while, 12 years to be exact. I'm a contributor for Sociable, Social Media Today, Huffington Post. I work with a lot of different organizations, nonprofits, large corporations. I started off working in SEO and search engine optimization, website design, and I used to work for a company called TerraCycle, the world's leader in upcycling and recycling of traditionally non-recyclable items. So they take things like chip bags and cookie wrappers, turn it into cool stuff like this, like with Clif Bar. So I used to work with a lot of different corporations, and today, I've shifted since then. For the last 5 years working on my own corporation. Pardon me if there's a little tickle in my throat. So if there's a little cough or anything, forgive me in advance. So I've been featured in many different places. Future of Ghana, top 30 under 30, no longer under 30 anymore. But social media today, as I said, Hootsuite, Yahoo, Entrepreneur, Dell, various magazines and things of that nature. We've worked with some of the top people in industries as motivational speakers, Delator McNeil, celebrity chefs, Dana Falk, coaches, Money by Bailey, VPs at Prudential, Dorinda Walker, former NBA player, John Salmons, Mark Blunt, former Celtic, Daniel Alley, the Millionaire Mentor, investors like a serial investor, Scott Patinga, coach out of Atlanta, Becky Davis, and former 49er, Otis Amy. So, and we've worked with large corporations, like I said, big or small, Public Health Management Corporation, the United States, the Department of Defense, community colleges, and so on and so forth. Why am I sharing all that with you? Is because the same information that we give to them is what you're going to get today. No shortchanging, no cutting out. This is exactly, you're going to get some information that's going to help you and transform you in this space. So my hope, you may have some questions, just put them all down to the end and we'll take them. Normally I like to interact them, but we got a short time frame and I got a lot of information I got to get to you. So first thing we have to look at is the whole digital marketing landscape as a whole. Digital marketing gets confused a lot. And when people say digital marketing, they're not referring to one thing in digital marketing. Digital marketing does not equal social media marketing. Social media marketing is actually one piece inside of digital marketing. So social media is inside the whole picture. So within digital marketing, you have content marketing, search engine optimization, data and analytics, conversion rate optimization, paid advertising, email marketing, and they're all pieces inside the bigger picture. Okay? So let's break down right? Because social media is the means of interaction among people in which they share and exchange information and ideas in virtual communities and networks. Social media is defined as a group of internet-based applications that build on the ideological and technological foundations of the web. So social media was built on the web platform itself of the internet. I'm sure you guys can't even remember, what did you used to do before social media online? It's hard to remember, right? Play video games, shop. It's very hard to remember. So social media is the number one act to do right now. Social media is important today, but even more important for tomorrow. 90% of young adults ages 18, 90%, that's a key number, use it 18. And then compared to about 35% for those over 65. Okay, so there's a market in all sectors for social media. So the point I'm saying from that is that your market, and especially on Facebook, which is the top platform. So that brings me to the question, why use Facebook? There's 5 reasons, and actually this stat needs to, when I hit save, it didn't update, but it's actually 2+ billion users and growing. Facebook is still growing. 2 billion users. We have 7+ billion people in the world, and 2 billion of those people are on active users on Facebook. So point is, your market is on Facebook. As a business person, your market's there, and so you should be there. So this is a network everyone should have, right? This is a network that we all should have in our arsenal. You should also utilize Facebook because it will help you to connect with your target audience and market. It'll allow you to establish your authority and your brand, which means that you can build your personal brand or company brand on the platform itself, increase your online presence, improve your SEO. So Facebook is one of the first things that will show up in a Google search. So it's imperative for you to have it just for that reason alone. More trust is given to those with Facebook pages than those without. So you've got to have it for those main reasons. What is the purpose of a Facebook page? Well, there's a few things. Facebook pages are key because it helps you to represent your business or your organization. Excuse me. The purpose of the page should be based on the foundation or the organization, how it's structured. And this will be something that will hold you down the line as you grow your business. So here are the reasons why you should also have the purpose of your page. It increases your credibility, right? If you've gone to somebody's site, what's the first thing? One of the first things you do when you're Googling, you'll look through their social media, see if they're active, see if they're responding, see if they're doing things online. So we use it as a credibility piece. It also allows you to create a community. It also allows you to be able to sell products and services and create customer service solutions. A lot of organizations use Facebook to act as and I'm sure you've done this before, where you go to interact with a company and you interact through their Facebook page. So one thing we will be doing here in this session today is I'll be asking you some questions. So just stay tuned to your chat box, because I'll be asking some questions and things from you guys. And so it's good to see all the different types of people we have joined here today. The other thing is brand awareness. Brand awareness is letting people know that you're there. Simply that process. So let's start with the basics. We're really going to cover some basics today, some things that for some of you may know, some of you may not know, or some of you may have done this, but maybe you didn't realize you set it up in a wrong way. Okay, so the first step is building that Facebook page. So we have to choose a classification, whether you're a local business, a place, artist, band, company, entertainment, cause, or community. So here's where it starts. You decide. So here's the truth. Some people come in and they create their page based on a community or public figure when they really should have been a business or brand. So and then so when they pick the business or brand, some people pick a local store or a local storefront when really you're a business that can operate nationwide. So this alone can get you on the wrong classification if you're not careful. So make sure you choose the right classification, because the classification gives you different tools. For example, local businesses have an address tied to it, and they're going to show up in their Google. So if you've chosen a brand when you really are a local business, you're missing out on an opportunity to spread your business further. Okay. Other part of the setup is uploading your photo. You've got to have the image for your graphic for your brand or company is 180 by 180 pixels. So that's some basic information you want to put, and that's going to be your icon that appears every time you go onto Facebook. The other thing that most people don't fill out is this little section right underneath on the top right-hand side of their Facebook business page. It's an about section, and it's going to have another photo opportunity for you to share, whether you can use or you want to use some stock photography. And then you want to write a little blurb, 2 to 3 sentences about your company. This is often an area people don't even think to use or utilize. Let me do a quick survey. Type in the chat box with the Y if you've, no, let me just do yes, because a Y will confuse people. Just do yes if you have this filled out. Type in no if you do not have this filled out. The bottom right-hand corner on your business page. Just type in the chat box for me yes if you have it filled out, no if you have a no filled out. Let's do a quick survey, see how people are doing on that. Type in the chat box yes. Okay, we got some yeses, we got some nos. Okay, yes, no, yes, no. So those that have no's, that's first assignment. I'm a teacher at heart, so I forgot to mention I'm also an adjunct professor at Temple University teaching social media marketing. So I'm gonna hold you accountable to the homework as much as I can. So for those that are no's, we got to turn those into yeses. The next section is your about section. You got to make sure this is complete, right? Fully complete. This is again prime area for you to build awareness for your page. So your mission, your numbers, your about, your founding date, your awards, your products, all these things should be filled out. Most people don't fill this out completely. Fill this all the way out. This is in your about section. You'll go to this, there'll be an edit section under about. You'll be able to see this. And then the other thing people don't do is they don't use milestones. Use milestones. Milestones are a way for you to put in your achievements for your company. Next, we're going to jump in Twitter. Like I said, we're going to try to cover basics of each of the platforms that you should have down, and then we're going to get into content marketing. And then if you guys are great and good, we'll get into Facebook advertising too. Okay. The world searches on Twitter, believe it or not, still a relevant platform for the right market. It's not for everyone, but it does have a market. So Facebook, just to recap, is a platform everyone should be on. There's no debate there. Every business should be on Facebook. Twitter, this is going to be more of people who, there's a growth in the corporate sector for Twitter. So if you're dealing business to business, if you're dealing with personality brands, if you're dealing with, a lot of people per se, the heads of companies or specific people, Twitter's a great platform for you so you can get in touch with them. Because Twitter actually has more searches than on Yahoo and Bing combined. People don't realize this. Here's another stat that most people didn't know. Google processes 100 billion search queries per month. YouTube, 3 billion search queries per month. Twitter, 2.1 billion search queries daily, every single day. So there are people searching for different things, products, people, connections. So it is a platform not to ignore. Okay, so but again, there's a faster growing growth in the corporate sector for Twitter than there is for anything else. Okay, and the millennial market is still on there as well. So what is Twitter? Twitter is a social network, or what you can call in the microblog category. And Twitter users are able to broadcast short messages. It used to be 140 characters. It's now at 280 characters. Okay, so Twitter is still a powerful, powerful platform. And for some time, Twitter for me personally was my top lead generation tool. It's not anymore, but it was at one point. So it's still it's still up there as one of my powerful tools. And I'm gonna explain how that is a powerful tool for me. So what are the main components of Twitter? There's the profile, there's the bio, there's the home tab, notifications tab, messages, moments, and trending topics. We're going to cover some of these aspects so you know what they are and you're aware. Okay. So this is why I was telling you why it was effective for me. So on your Twitter profile, you can change a few elements like your bio, color scheme, and your cover image and your photos. Most people don't leverage this piece right here. This is real estate. This is real estate, and I leverage every piece of real estate social media gives me. So my cover photo, I used it to drive people to my lead magnet, which is called the Ultimate Social Media Toolkit. I'll tell you more about that in a second, where people can get free 60 free social media tools, and that they can use and leverage for their businesses. So with that said, I'm able to help people get this access to this. And then you see I have that pinned towards the top. That still stands to today. I've had that same tweet pinned since 2015. And I have a link here, and people click it and they can go and download the free toolkit. So this is why I say it's one of the powerful lead generation tools, because I leverage my cover photo to drive people to a result, not just put my branding here. I got some branding here, but I'm not really, I'm branding the toolkit first, right? That is the goal, right? The goal with social media is this. You're not trying to get people to stay on your social media. You're trying to get them off of your social media. If Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram all shut down today, and you had all your followers and fans on there, how would you get access to those people again? The short answer is you wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to, because you built your database on their platform. I'm not advocating you don't do that. I'm just saying you get people on those platforms, off of those platforms, and into your database. You need to have an email marketing system. That's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother day. But you need to have an email system that you drive people to connect with them. So the Twitter bio allows you to have 140 characters, so you can put your information there and brand yourself. I brand myself and I brand my company. So the way I like to do it is personal branding and business branding. Your home tab, this is where you see all the tweets from people you follow. You get to see what they're talking about, what they're saying. The notifications tab is where you get to see all the comments of people connecting with you and recommending different things, or they enjoy some of your content. You get to see that. This is the notifications tab. It's called the mentions tab as well. This is where people send you the things that they liked about your tweet, or where they retweet you. A retweet is where they share your tweet or repost your content to their feed. Okay, so messages are not as widely used anymore on Twitter, even though it's there. This is where people can send you a private message and check, but it gets, so many people send automated messages that nobody really checks them anymore. Okay, so it's not the most valuable thing, but you should still check it, because people do try to reach out there. Trending topics. This is where news breaks, right, on different things. And this can be trending topics broken down to your specific area. So you want to see what is trending in Rochester, you can do that. You want to see what's trending in Philly, like I'm here, you can do that. You can put the trends, you can see the change button. You can put change to have the trend towards where you want it to go. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a powerful platform. I want to know how many people are leveraging LinkedIn for business. Type in the chat box, yes, I'm using LinkedIn for business, or no, no, I'm not using LinkedIn for business. Just type in no. Yes, absolutely. Some yeses. Jamie, Jay, William, Valerie, no from Cortina, sorry. No, yes, yes, a little, okay. My goal is to convince all of you to be leveraging LinkedIn as a platform. When I said one of the things that has been a lead generator for me, I said Twitter used to be the top, LinkedIn has surpassed it. So I'm going to share with you why. There's a couple of reasons, okay? So good. For those not yet, we're going to turn you into yeses. And those that are yeses, we're going to turn you into a yes, 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 okay? So LinkedIn, what is LinkedIn? It's the largest social network for professionals. It's not the largest social network. It's the largest social network for professionals. And LinkedIn has become the go-to resource for companies looking to hire individuals for jobs. We know that. What people don't recognize is that LinkedIn is one of the top search engine databases. When you think about it, LinkedIn is still a database. It's a search engine for people, companies, groups, and more. When you want to find someone or find something, you can use LinkedIn to find it. I was just talking to, I told you I'm an adjunct professor, and one of the schools I'm teaching at, the professor said, the dean said, hey, I'm trying to find people that have a master's degree that are in web development and mobile app. So he's using LinkedIn to find that exact person so he can hire them. So I want to tell you why you should use LinkedIn. I mean, this is a quick story, very short. One opportunity came for me to do some corporate training, and I had thankfully, what I'm about to teach you is optimizing your profile. And thankfully my profile was optimized because I had somebody that contacted me through LinkedIn, and they found me from the UK. And I thought it was a scam. This guy was like, hey, we're looking for some corporate trainers to do social media, corporate training for big corporations. I was like, okay, I ignored it. Then he sent another message and said, no, this is a real opportunity. I said, okay, all right, here, let's chat. So we chat, and I'm skeptical the whole time. I'm skeptical. And then eventually he was like, well, we think you'd be great for this. Let us know where we can send the contract. And even at the point of the contract, I was a little skeptical, but the point is that was a real deal. It generated lots of money for me. And the reason I think I'm a decent trainer at social media, but it's not because I'm the best trainer that the opportunity came. It's not because I know the most about social media that the opportunity came. It came because my profile was optimized for LinkedIn. And so you got to look at it like a frequency, a radio frequency. There are people looking for things, but if you don't have all the pieces right, you can't get tuned into the station that people are trying to tune into. So if they're looking for you, they can't find you because your profile is not ready to receive them. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you understand that. So if you can adjust your profile to the frequency of the searches that people are looking for, you're going to have many more opportunities. So I'm really advocating for everyone to jump on this because it's going to help you tremendously. So LinkedIn is a publishing platform as well, where you can post your content, put information out there, and to help people share more about what you know, okay? So why should you have a LinkedIn? Why should you use LinkedIn? LinkedIn profiles help your name to rank first on Google search. If you did it for just any other reason, just this one reason alone would be helpful, because your professional reputation is important, right? So if you Google, and you don't do this right now, but if you Googled your name, LinkedIn is going to be one of the first things to be pulled up, right? Because it has a high strength in the search engines. The other thing is, I don't know if a lot of you are dealing with B2B. I know I got to see some of the titles, some of you are. If you're dealing with business to business, the average annual salary on LinkedIn is $60,000. So what I mean by that is your customer on LinkedIn is at a higher bracket of income than your Facebooks and your Twitters and your Instagram. So you have an opportunity here. Having properly optimized profiles can open up the doors for opportunities, as I shared, clients, jobs, and much, much more. So why you should use LinkedIn? You can tell I'm really pushing LinkedIn. 79% of B2B marketers view LinkedIn as an effective source for generating leads. 92% of business-to-business marketers leverage LinkedIn overall over the other social media platforms. Not 80% of business-to-business leads. I don't think we heard that stat correctly. I had to put it twice. 80% of business-to-business leads come from LinkedIn. 80%. That's huge. 94% of B2B marketers, again, business to business, use LinkedIn to distribute content. So now let's get our profiles in order. These are the things you need to have in order for your profile: your picture, cover photo, headline, summary, experience, recommendations, feature, skills, and endorsements, education, and accomplishments. Unfortunately, we can't go through all of those right now, but I'm going to go through some of them that will help you, and the core ones that are going to help you optimize your profile. So the first thing is your picture. Make sure your picture is a good quality photo. You can use a camera phone. You don't need to have a hire a photographer. You can use a camera phone or get somebody to stabilize it, do it for you. Please smile in your photos. People do business with friendly people, right? Make sure you're wearing professional attire and have a decent background. So these are the 3 mistakes to avoid. Not having a professional photo. Don't want to do that. Not having a professional headline. You also don't want to do that. And not having a summary. These 3 things, if you can get these 3 things in order, you will be set for a better frequency on LinkedIn. So I'm going to do another survey. Does anybody have, don't feel bashful, do any of you have this as your profile photo right now? Type in the chat box, yes if you do, no if you don't. Yes if you do, you can be honest with me. No if you don't. Okay, good. I don't see any yeses. There's nobody that has the, okay, thank you, Valerie, for your honesty. Thank you for your honesty, Cortina. I appreciate that, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do an exercise that will stop us from doing this, because what we have to understand is people do business with people on LinkedIn. No matter if you're doing business to business, business to consumer, you're always doing business with a person. You just put a picture up with Facebook. Awesome, Cortina. You're an action taker. I love action takers. All right, here we go. Thank you for admitting it as well, Sandy. I appreciate that. So we're gonna do a quick exercise, right? Normally, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to gauge my time. Okay, normally I have you participate. Okay, I'll have you participate. I'll still have you participate. We have to be very quick, okay? So I want you to give me, I'm going to give you the first person, and I want you to give me, you don't have to give me any criteria. You don't have to, there's no criteria. There's no reason what you're looking to do business or not with them. I just want you to type in the chat box a Y for a yes and an N for a no. A Y for a yes and an N for a no. And we have to be quick because I'm going to move quick. So the first person, Alpha, would you do business with Alpha? There's no criteria. There's no judgment here. Just would you do business, seeing the profile, seeing what you have here. Type in Y for yes, N for no. Y for yes, very quickly. Y for yes, N for no. Okay, all yeses, great. Would you do business with Alana? Y for yes, N for no. N for no. Y for yes, N for no. Okay, Alana, a bunch of yeses. Okay. Would you do business with Maurice? Y for yes, N for no. Y for yes, N for no. Bunch of yeses. Great. Would you do business with Eric? Y for yes, N for no. Y for yes, N for no. Bunch of no's. We're seeing a bunch of no's. Why are we seeing a bunch of no's? Because remember, we're looking at this as a database right now. We're looking at, okay, I'm looking for somebody to help. I'm not going to even consider Eric out of this whole bunch. Why? You can't trust somebody you can't see, right? So I can't see you, I can't trust you in the context of the online world, okay? Let's go back to James. James, yes or no? Y for yes, N for no. Would you do business with James? Y for yes, N for no. Got a bunch of yeses there. Excellent. This guy, Bill Gates. Well, he can do whatever he wants. You do business with him, yes or no? Y for yes, N for no. I think everybody should say yes on that one. Laura, Y for yes, N for no. Type in the chat box. Would you do business with no? A few no's. Y for yes, N for no. Don't be afraid to respond. Y for yes, N for no. Okay, no. Let me tell you why you probably wouldn't do business with Laura. Though she could be an athlete, which would be fitting, but in general, this is probably not the appropriate attire for LinkedIn, right? That's not the culture of LinkedIn. Let's go to David. Would you do business with David? Y for yes, N for no. Be honest. Y for yes, N for no. I got a couple of no's. Y for yes, N for no. Type in the chat box for me for David. Yes, yes. Any no's? No. Okay. Anybody else? Don't be afraid to respond. We got 2 more and then we're done. Okay, good. Well, let me tell you the reason why some of you are hesitant. Some of you are like, I don't know, his attire or something. But what it probably is his background. It looks like a bathroom selfie, right? That's not a professional environment for LinkedIn, okay? Let's go to Randy. Would you do business with Randy, yes or no? Type in Y for yes, N for no. Y for yes, N for no. Yep, a bunch of yeses. All right, great. Fred, would you do business with Fred? Y for yes, N for no. Type it in the chat box. A couple no, yes, right? Nice backgrounds. Again, so I hope you never look at LinkedIn the same again. People are judging us to whether they want to do business with us simply on a photo and a few lines, or even reaching out. So this is important to have in place. So let's look at this whole thing together, right? Looking at Karen as an example. Karen is she creates websites for architects and homeowners. So if you look at the background, what does she have? She has a photo of a background of a nice kitchen, right? So she's speaking to her market without speaking to her market. So LinkedIn, you need to be subtle, but you need to be leveraging everything they give you. So that is where she's leveraging. She doesn't put website expert, right? That's not her. She doesn't put that as her title. She organizes her title very nicely. So here's the thing that we need to do. We need to have LinkedIn covers. LinkedIn covers allow you to position yourself in a way that will help you to attract your market. So having a LinkedIn cover helps you because it gives you opportunity to brand yourself and stand out from others. You can include a call to action in there if you like. And if you want a good designer, you can contact the guy I use for mine, and I'm going to show you mine in a moment, fiverr.com/shine911. He's great, and he'll help you put that in place, okay? So that is something I highly encourage you to take advantage of. Take advantage of that opportunity. So, okay, here we go. So this is key. You want to have a cover photo. The next thing that you want to look at, right, is this whole piece, right, of the headline. I talked about this. So Brittany is a founder and CEO of Financially Wise Women, certified financial planner for entrepreneurial and professional women. She is catering her profile to who she's serving. So you got to cater your profile to who you're serving. So I'm going to show you mine. I'm going to show you the cover photo I have. David, obviously the hair is a little more bushy right now. I got a quarantine haircut right now. So hopefully when this is all done, I can get back to a little cleaner look. All right. So I put the cover photo in here, and I have mine branded, and it has who I help and some of the things we do, some of our offerings, Facebook advertising, and all of that. Notice I didn't put CEO of Kingdom Social Media. Nobody cares that I'm CEO of Kingdom Social Media. They want what they want. So the thing is, you want to think about how you can change your headline or your profile to match what the market wants. That is key. All right. So hopefully we're clear on that. Your profile, your LinkedIn profile. So your summary. This is another part that most people get wrong. Is your profile summary shouldn't just be about you. If you're a business person, it should be about your potential client. Everybody's listening to the same radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me radio, right? They're tuned in to what they can get. So you've got to think about it from their perspective. So your profile should read like a story, not a resume. And your profile summary should answer questions like, what do you do? Why should I trust you? What can you do for me? Where can I learn more about you and your work? These are the things that you want to have inside your profile, right? So this is some of the things that I encourage you to think about. Here's an example. In your LinkedIn, you can put what we do, why it matters, all about you, bottom line, who are we, website, free consultation, specialties, right? This is, how many of you have your profile reading about your prospect? Type in yes, and we're being honest here. Type in no if it's not. Type in yes if you got it reading about your prospect. Type in no if you, yeah, it's okay. This is why we're here, right? No, okay. Not a problem. We can correct that. This is a simple fix. you're going to have access to this. And you can change your profile to read in this way because LinkedIn is a great environment. So now we're done with LinkedIn. Let's dive into Instagram, okay? So Instagram is the powerful platform that we can leverage. So what is Instagram? It's a free profile photo video application app to instantly share images with your followers. It gives your followers a personal view of you and your business and helps to create a connection to your brand. It's a powerful tool, just like the other platforms. They all have their unique difference. So who is your customer on Instagram? We talked about, let me just recap again. Facebook is everyone, right? There's a lot of people that you can reach there. Twitter, corporate environment, personality brands, personal brands. LinkedIn, business to business, corporations, executives, C-suite, middle managers, employees in the more of the account kind of industry. So then who are the customers on Instagram? So if you're an e-commerce business, if you have a product you're selling, this is great for you. You have a local salon, a local restaurant. This is a great atmosphere. Don't get me wrong, you can sell anything on Instagram, but I'm just sharing the ones that it does the best for, right? So 18 to 34 is that prime market on here. So if you have an audience or you're trying to serve this audience, Instagram should be on a top priority list for you, okay? So there's a couple of ways. I'm going to talk about a personal. Again, I'm going to talk about a business brand. So a personal profile set logo should look something like this, right? Where you have a breakdown of your profile. The culture on Instagram is emojis, so use emojis, or we call it emoticons, right? Be concise in your description so people can follow you and know what you're about and learn who you are. So, a business profile, you can switch your profile into a business profile. You can simply go into your Instagram account. You have to have a Facebook page for your business before you can make the switch. So first, we started with this, create a Facebook business page. Then you can go and add into Instagram. There's a feature. You'll go into your settings and it will say switch to a business, Instagram for business. But again, to be able to do this, you need to have a Facebook page. And then you can, why would somebody want to switch? You may say, because you can add in clickable features for your email, phone, and directions. You can add it. You can have insights to be able to check what you're doing, and you have the ability to run ads through there. So it's an advantage for you to do that. So how to switch your business profile? I go into the detail here. You go into your Facebook page. You connect your business if you don't have it connected yet. Once that's connected, hit next. Then make sure your profile is set to public. Private accounts can't switch to business. So you can't switch a private account to a business. It has to be public. Then on the setup of your business profile, review your information. And then once everything looks good, hit done. And then you've got a business profile. So there's some advantages to having a business profile. Some people don't know that there's a business profile for Instagram. Type in yes if you knew there was a business profile for Instagram. Type in no if you didn't know that there was a business profile for Instagram. Okay, some of you did, some of you didn't. It's good. I appreciate the participation. So these are the things we can implement today, right? You take these slides, go home or after this session and apply this right away, okay? Who to follow. So the next thing you want to do is follow people within specific industries. So you follow competitors, right? You should follow your competitors. You should follow thought leaders, follow brands you love, people who inspire you, blog readers, potential customers. Sometimes I don't get it why, people don't think about this. Like with social media, you have the ability to follow anyone you want. Why don't you follow people that are most likely to be your customer? Well, how do you follow people that are going to be your customer? Why don't you go to, I'm just giving you an idea here. You don't have to do it, but you can. You can go to people that that are in your industry or brands that you're in your industry. Follow the followers of the brand that is your competitor, right? That's one way to do it. Follow your competitors' followers. They're most likely people that might want to work with you. That's one way. Hashtags are powerful. You can use hashtags to put things into everything. It's a searchable. It becomes a searchable engine of content for people to use. So I use hashtags. You don't want to overdo it. You put a few. You can weave them into content that you post. You can put things together in that way. But I think hashtags are great. It helps you to brand your business, and then you can create your own hashtag, right? So I often use my own hashtag, my own name as a hashtag. So this helps you to create things that are unique to your brand. So you can say, hey, go to hashtag David D. Simons if you want to see some of this or that. You can do that. So put all your content. You can put a lot of your content utilizing hashtags, and it will populate in your feed for that. Okay. So then one thing you have to know is that you have only one button on Instagram as far as a link goes. Besides, if you have a business profile, right, you have the call, phone, email, or directions. But you have to think about what you're going to put here. So I recommend a few things. You can get a free version of a tool called Linktree, linktr.ee, and you can put this into your bio. Put that into your bio, and this is what it will allow you to do. It will allow you to, let me make sure everybody got that. If you don't, Linktree, linktr.ee, Linktree. Okay. Yep. Cool. Thank you, Anthony. So when you put that in there, you get 3 free links. So instead of like having to change the link in your bio to this, I'd put 3 different things. You can put your website, you can put your lead magnets, you can put all these different things inside of this one place. Okay. That is what I would recommend having and utilizing that. If you don't have that, you can install that now, right? I would install that right away. It's free. Can't beat free. From a visual strategy standpoint, don't use pixelated photos. Use the Instagram sizing guidelines. Consider photograph compositions. Leverage the rule of thirds. That's making sure you got the things in a frame. Your camera. Most cameras today have a rule of thirds. It's like these lines, and so you don't want to keep your picture directly inside the center. You want to have it a little to the side. Is your image aligned with the brand? You want to make sure that it correlates. You want to ask everything you put, does it connect to the brand? Does it relate to the brand? If you use a filter, keep it consistent. Use an app to edit, keep it consistent. Consistency is key in social media. So here's some high quality photos, examples, right? These are people that have branded their visual style. You notice this angle, right? You've probably seen things like this where they keep a style that every third post is a quote. Every first and second post is an image or a product, right? That's a style that they're doing. Or you can go this route where somebody has a photo of them and every other post is some text. These are things that you could do. You can use this kind of photography, a little white space, and have your photos like that. So you can create it however you want to make it as visual or branded to your specifications. So what do you put on Instagram? I say be true to your brand. Upload photos that represent who you are and what you're passionate about. I love motivation. I love quotes and things like that. I love developing my own quotes and things like that. Like failing doesn't make you a failure, right? These are things that you want to put up. You might have to, from a personal brand, you might have to share a little bit about yourself. This is me and my wife. You put in content that's going to resonate. So remember this, that commenting creates connections. So connect with your audience. Start sharing things. The things that you share, post about, are going to help you to build your business. Even if, I know this sounds crazy, some of us don't want to share about our personal lives, but really it's what humanizes you and what draws people to you. Again, I'll say it again. It's not about B2B, B2C. It's about P2P. It's people to people, right? People to people. That's what it boils down to. All right. So let's get into some content marketing. What is content marketing? Content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience. And here's the kicker, and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. That is the end goal for all of us in business, to drive a profit from it, to drive sales from it. So we have to look at some things. Look at the traditional marketing funnel. This is how things have worked in the times past. You got eyeballs on awareness, still today, still true. We have awareness, consideration, preference, their choice, action, and then loyalty, and then hopefully buyers, okay? So this is the traditional marketing funnel. It's been flipped. This is today's funnel. The buyer journey has become way more complex, and you start with owned and earned media. This is where social media fits in. You have websites, you got press releases, you got search and social. People Google stuff, and then they find you. And they're like, okay, cool. I want to see more about this person or this organization. And this is where the process starts. So everything at the top here is where the journey starts. And then they lead into everything else. So with that said, we're going to teach you some acronyms here that we have to memorize. TOFU, MOFU, and BOFU. TOFU stands for top of the funnel. MOFU stands for middle of the funnel. And BOFU stands for bottom of the funnel. So every single phase, you want to have content that relates to the person in where they are. I'm going to continue here.
David, just a quick second. So we're almost at the top of the hour, everyone. But I would love for David to be able to continue. He's going to quickly go through some more slides and then cover advertising on Facebook, which I think is going to be very important for the folks on the call. Facebook is a very crucial advertising tool. For those of you who do have to drop off, we understand. We're going to be sending out the recorded video perhaps by Friday, so you can look out for that. But if you have the time and you can stay on, please do.
Thank you, Dion. Yeah, I encourage you to stay on because there's some goodies. There's some goodies as we're going here. It's just gonna get better and better. So there's two main reasons why someone comes on Facebook or any other platform. Normally I have you guess, but for purposes of time, I'm just going to tell you, give you the answer, right? The two main reasons are to either find a solution or a problem to a problem, or to be entertained. So how do you break that down? That's either education or entertainment. Education or entertainment. Those two are the main two reasons. So your content needs to be educating or entertaining, or it can be a mixture of both. Some of you may be Gary Vee fans, I think he's a fellow New Yorker as well. So Gary Vee is known, if you haven't, check him out. He's known for being educating but entertaining at the same time. So you could do also a mixture of both, but you've got to do one of the other at least in your content. So entertainment includes humor, inspiration, interesting content, solutions to a problem. That's the education. It can be learn something, articles, how-to advice. So you need to educate your market because that's the main reasons why people come on the platforms anyway. The other thing you want to think about is your content strategy. What are the goals of the content? Do you have themes for the content? Maybe every month you do this, every week you do this, or every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, you do this. So when and where will it be shared? Okay, so that's another thing that you want to think about. How often will you create original content? Which format will your content appear? You got to think. These are questions. So I want you to, when you get the slides, I want you to take these questions and start answering them for yourself. What platforms will you use? Why are you going to use a platform? We went over 4. There's obviously other platforms. You need to know what's relevant for you. What kind of content do you share? Well, I believe in sharing a mixture, right? You got images, videos, and GIFs, and polls and infographics. Mix it up because just like we have here in this room today, there's different types of people that have different types of learning styles. So there's going to be things that are going to connect with somebody that likes audio-based, video-based, text-based, image-based. So you've got to have content that mixes it up. So that's going to help people. Where can you share? Where can you find content to create? So this is where some tools that you can use: Canva, PictoChart. You want to create infographics, Infogram, same thing. Visually, Quizzo if you want to create quote graphics, PicMark. These are all free. And I'm going to share with you a resource where you can get even more tools that you can use that are free. Okay, so here's some other tools that you can use for gathering content. Stumble Upon, it's not called Stumble Upon anymore, but if you type in Stumble Upon, it will still pull up. It will share it to its new name. BuzzSumo, which if we had time, I'd do a tutorial. BuzzSumo is another great resource for finding articles reverse engineered by, so basically what you're doing is you're finding, based on the top engagement, what people want. So it'll tell you by it'll be ranked by top Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn shares, and engagement. So you know you got something good. Google, of course. Pinterest is also a gold mine. It's another social network that uses pin boards. It's a really powerful network. So here is where I'm going to give you a free gift, as I promised, the toolkit. So I encourage you to take advantage of this. I'm going to put the link in the chat box for you. You go to kingdomsocialmedia.com/toolkit. But I like to give. I'm just a giver. This is how I am. So I want to give something to someone. So what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to give, because I love action takers. Those who connect with me there, I'm going to randomly take the I'm gonna put it into a whatever the number is. I'm gonna put it into a random.org, and I'm going to give that person. Let's see, what we've been talking about social media today. I'm gonna give that person my Facebook course on how to get 1,000 Facebook fans in 60 days. I have a course called 1,000 Facebook fans in 60 days. So I will also be taking questions at the end. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. Just click that link, put your information in. You're going to get an access to this toolkit. It's going to send to your email. You're also going to get an option to have a free quick consultation for your business. But what I want to give is my free gift to you. One person will get that. Okay. So take advantage of that, and I will make sure to get that to you. Okay, so let me give you the best advice for audience engagement. Okay, this is it. It's very simple. Be human. Be human. Build community and be genuine. Respond to people just like you would respond to someone if you met them in person. Build real relationships. There's no science around it. It's not how can I do this to tweak it and get this, for engagement, it comes down to being real and being human. Here's the truth. When you think about it, people do business with people, as I've said it over and over again. But when you're being human, if you walked into a room or you walked into an office, a corporate office, and the secretary greets you, and you just ignore her, that'd be rude, right? That'd be rude. Well, why do we do that on social media? Somebody comments on your picture and your photo, you're just like, oh, that's a cool comment. You don't even respond, right? That's not human. Humans respond. Humans interact. So be human, respond, and you can build that audience engagement. So let me give you some ideas for some posting frequencies, okay? Facebook, you should be posting about 3 to 10 times per week. Twitter, I know this don't sound crazy, but it should be 5 times per day. I tweet probably 12, 13 times per day, minimum, on my personal and my business brand. And you're like, how do you do that? Automation. All the tools that I use, they're in that toolkit that I shared, the link that I shared, okay? So you can get all those kind of tools that I use. Instagram, 5 to 7 times per week, right? LinkedIn, 2 to 5 times per week. Why? LinkedIn is not as much because the LinkedIn post lives for a couple of days. Most of the other platforms, the content dies out within a day or less. Pinterest, 5 to 10 times per day. You got to pin a lot for it to work. Snapchat, if you use it, 1 to 5 times per day. Okay, these are the posting frequencies that you should be thinking about. And again, you can work with these. So what are the types of content that helps you to go viral or helps you to build taboo content, right? Things you shouldn't say, unusual content, stuff that stands out. These are the things that draw us. This is the stuff that we BuzzFeed and those articles at the bottom of a regular article that you're reading. They capture you because they do one of or multiple of these things. Outrageous content, hilarious content, remarkable, secrets. These are all things that will help you to build out. Like I said, I recommend BuzzSumo, Pinterest for getting content from these sources. Okay, back to the lesson at hand I was telling you about from content marketing. Top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. The top of the funnel is where you have you're generating, interest, and people are you can give them a guide, a white paper, a toolkit, whatever you want, something that you give away for free to find out if it's valuable for them. Then they might put their information in. The second step is the MOFU, where you build up something that you can give away. There's a moderate barrier to consumption here. Longer videos, ebooks, subscriptions, case studies, right? You're sharing things there. BOFU, This is the bottom of the funnel. This is where you're giving away. This is where you have maybe a sales call, or you have a demo or a brochure. So each step of the way, you need to have content for every part, because not everybody's ripe and ready to buy your services or your product today. But you have content for the people, so when their decision-making process, they can have that. Are we able? Deandra said, "Are we able to get these slides?" I believe so. Deandra. Yep. Top of the funnel content is where you have blog posts, social media updates, infographics, photographs, digital magazines. These are the things that you put in your top of the funnel content, right? Again, these are people that aren't aware of their problem yet. They don't know that they need your business as a solution yet. So you need to have content that kind of tells them, like, maybe you have this problem. You need help with this, right? So that's what you have there. Top of the funnel content example: Starbucks using cold brew versus iced coffee. How Starbucks is making a difference in coffee communities. These are examples of content that they're putting out there. That's just general content, right? They're not trying to sell you a coffee or a frappuccino here. They're telling you about something. So this is top of the funnel content. It's educating, right? Middle of the funnel content is engaging. Your goal is now to get them from problem aware to solution aware. They're now aware of your solution. So on your social media content, you need to have content that has your case studies, your testimonials. It shows how you have some discounts or coupons, free apps, memberships, subscriptions. This is free content you're putting here to incentivize people to submit their information. So example of that is AMC Theaters has a way for you can sign up to be a free member to get free refills on large popcorn and $5 off on tickets every Tuesday, right? So they're putting you into this process, and they're believing that down the line you're going to become more of a customer with them. Okay, so this is the process that you have. The other thing is the bottom of the funnel content. This is the bottom of the funnel. This is the sales part. This is persons beyond awareness. They're beyond evaluation. They're ready to make a buying decision. And sometimes you're going to have people on your social media that is like, I need to buy something now. I know what I want. So you need to have content for those people that know what they want. So this is where you have demos, free trials, paid trials, build your own tools. We're going to show you that example. Build your own tool is Lexus has an example. If I'm on this page looking at Lexus to build a Lexus, there's a good chance that I'm looking for a Lexus, right? So I'm already made the decision that that's what I'm going to do. So bottom of the funnel content is purely for the sale, okay? So let's get into Facebook ads, as I promised we would, okay? So Facebook advertising is powerful. I leverage it. I believe in it. I think we should all be leveraging it. There's so many benefits of it. And I'm going to break down why. Okay. So why Facebook ads, David? And also why Facebook ads right now? Facebook ads are at an all-time low in cost per click, meaning the amount of money you'll pay to get for clicks for traffic to your website is at a low right now because a lot of people have stopped advertising. This is the time to advertise because the costs are low. Everybody's not advertising right now. They're scared to advertise, and which I think is great. It allows more people to take opportunity. Remember I said in the beginning, it's about abundance, thinking about abundance, not scarcity. A lot of people are being scared, but you gotta think abundance when people think scared, okay? So first thing is that Facebook is far less expensive than all other channels online or offline. Let's break this down. Newspaper costs you, to reach 1,000 people costs you $32. To reach 1,000 people costs you $20 for a magazine. It costs you $8 to reach 1,000 people for radio, $7 for cable TV, $2.75 for Google ads, 75 cents for LinkedIn ads, and 25 cents to reach 1,000 people on Facebook ads. Let me just break that down for you. For some of you that I used to be in high school or high school going into college, I used to be a Cutco salesman. So that means that I sold products and stuff like that. I also used to, as a child, I used to sort of sell door to door. That's the equivalent of going to 1,000 doors. Doesn't mean you open the door. It just means you've knocked on 1,000 doors. Imagine being able to knock on 1,000 doors. This is the equivalent of 1,000 doors for 25 cents. That's crazy. When you break it down, it's a no-brainer. Even if 10 of those people open their door, and one of those came to a sale, that's worth it. So I want you to understand you have an opportunity that's tremendous. Facebook ads have more than 600, yes, I said 600 targeting options. So it's scary, but it's awesome at the same time. So you can break things down by city, location, radius, somebody's getting married, what their relationship status is. You can break things down in various ways. So it's a powerful mechanism for you to be able to reach and connect with your ideal market. You can target somebody likely to move. You can target by job titles. You can target by so many factors. If a parent has children in a certain age bracket, so if you have a product or service that serves to mothers that have children that are 0 to 3, you can target that. Third thing is Facebook rewards you when you put good content in front of your audience. So that means the better your ad resonates, the cheaper your cost. So if the market resonates with your advertisement is going to become cheaper because you gave something that the Facebook audience wanted. So I'm almost done here, and then we're going to get into some questions. A lot of you have. This is my last survey question. How many of you have boosted ads before? Boosted ads. Type in yes if you've boosted an ad. Type in no if you haven't. You can do a Y for yes or no. Yes if you've boosted ad. If you don't know what it is, feel free not to respond on that one. I'm going to explain it. Y, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, a lot of yes and no. Okay, no. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. So here's what it is. A boosted post is where you see this little boost button, and then you hit boost, and then you tell Facebook you pay $20, $10 to get some engagement. But the truth is, it's the worst way to do Facebook ad, and it's a waste of your money. It's limiting. It doesn't allow you to do all the full capacity. And most people that have done boosting, and we can type in the chat box too, how many of you saw leads? You saw a lot of leads and sales from boosting. Type in yes if you did, no if you don't. I said that's my last survey. This is my last survey question. If type in yes if you received a lot of leads and sales from boosting. Type in no if you didn't receive anything from it. Yes if you did. No if you didn't. Yes if you did. Okay. I don't see any yeses yet. Not really. No, it doesn't work. It's not effective. It's not efficient. It's not the right system. But Facebook is using that system because most people don't have the time to learn the real way, the right way, which is actually inside of Facebook. It's called the Ads Manager or the Business Manager system. So this is where people get it wrong. It's not that you just didn't know that there's another system inside their system. And so this is where it allows you to do things like this. You've probably seen ads that do this. You're looking at an ad, and then somebody comes to your site, or this is what should happen for you. Somebody comes to your site, they leave your site, then they see your picture. This is, maybe you've looked at a pair of shoes, and then you see those shoes everywhere you go. Has that happened to you? Have you been to another site, and then you see the ad? Oh wow, this site, this shoes are here. It's like they're following me everywhere I go online. That's called the Facebook Pixel, and that's called remarketing. You can't do that with the boosted ad. That's not possible to do effectively with the boosted ad. You have to do that with the Ads Manager. So I'm going to show you exactly where that is in a moment here. So this is the whole process. This is the breakdown of an ad. This is the ad. This is all the characteristics. You can go over that in your own time. I'm going to skip forward for this. This is where the Ads Manager section is. Or you can go to facebook.com/ads manager and do the other where it's right. Or what's better yet, you can just do it on the business.facebook. I'm gonna put that in the chat box. Business, oh, that's private. Let me put it on everyone. Business.facebook.com. That's free. Yes, it's absolutely, well, it's free to use, right? But you pay for advertising clicks and things like that. So to answer your question, Cortina, it is free to use. So Ads Manager, right? That's one way you can get into it, or business.facebook. This is where you really run ads. So when you run ads through this system, this is what you do. You start here. See, all these options aren't given to you when you boost an ad. So brand, awareness, traffic, reach. So I'm taking you inside to how to create your first campaign. So you can go to traffic or conversion. You want to start, for you guys starting out, if you're just starting out, start with this, traffic ad. Run a traffic ad. Then once you get into a traffic ad, you can decide what your budget's going to be, your daily budget. You can put that in there. You select your traffic, choose your traffic, choose your objective. You can break it down. You can go as low as you want. You want to go $5 a day, $2 a day. You can put your daily budget to that. Okay, so that's the next thing you do. Then inside here, you set up an ad account. If you don't have an ad account, it's going to ask you to set one up. So you're just going to just put your credit card on file, your information on file, and then here's where the magic happens. So in here is the detailed targeting. So and obviously, because this is a screenshot, I can't share with you. But when you click here, it's going to give you all those 600 plus targeting options that I was telling you about. All that is in there. Okay. And then on the ad placement section, you're going to be able to change, do I want to reach people? This is where you can reach people. I can reach people on a Facebook ad, Audience Network, Instagram. This is how you can be on Huffington Post and entrepreneur.com. This Audience Network allows you to be able to do that. Instagram, right? You can put your same ads. You can run all your Facebook ads and Instagram ads in here. Messenger. I can send ads through a messenger system. All these access in one place. You get access to this through the ads manager. Okay. Then you decide to choose what format you're going to use. Images, videos, carousel ads. These are all types of ads, collection ads. You put your text and your copy here. None of this is on the boosted ad. Okay. Well, let me not say none of this. Most of this features are on there. So then the last piece is don't forget to use the call to action. Put a call to action, put your website, drive the traffic, and there you go. Voila. So these are some things you must have in place. Recap real quick. Get an email process to capture leads. Get a marketing funnel process, the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, the bottom of the funnel. And then lastly, I think you need a social media advertising process. You can use Facebook ads or Google ads, but I recommend Facebook ads. So I promised I'd try to be quick and get through everything quickly. A lot of information in a short amount of time. Again, thank you to Anthony and SBA Capital. Thank you, Dion, Hubert, and the Pastone team. Thank you, Beverly and the M&T Bank team. And thank you all for being here. Again, reminder to thank you for pouring into yourself and to get your free toolkit. If you haven't, I'm going to pick a winner. All right, that's a mouthful. Now, Dion and Anthony, are we ready for some questions?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, David, for that. That was definitely very informative and definitely timely. So at this time, I think I'm going to pass it over to Dion, unless you just want to take yourself off mute and just ask a question. Feel free to ask David at this time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, William.
No questions? I think that was good, David.
No questions? Okay, wow.
All right.
I'm going to put the link down there in case somebody didn't see it earlier.
It's good, but it's like,
I do have a quick question.
All right. I'm sorry, who's this? Is your name?
All right, yeah, ask that question. I think we have to put some people on mute now again.
This is Yvonne.
Oh, hey, Yvonne.
Hi, nice to meet you, and thank you for doing such a great presentation. I just had a question when you were talking about Instagram, and you went into personal and business Instagram. Should you do both a business and a personal?
Great question. I believe you should.
Okay.
I think it's a great, because let's be honest, a lot of entrepreneurs, I don't know, what business are you in, Yvonne?
I'm starting a jewelry business, and I'm actually also getting a real estate license as well. So I gotta do quite a bit. But
see, that's perfect, because that's exactly why I like a personal brand. A personal brand is portable, so you can use it to do other things. Like, hey, you can showcase some of the jewelry. You can showcase that you have some homes that people can look into and show tours and things like that. So a personal brand allows you to be portable. A business brand is very focused on the business. So that's why I like them both, because it allows you to have flexibility.
Can I ask a quick question? If I'm going to leverage Instagram, let's say I can have my personal page, but then I can also, would I have to have two separate business Instagrams? One for the real estate distinctly and one for the jewelry? I mean, that's what I would think, but.
Yes, I would. So real estate is still you. right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so if you have you as a personal brand, that would fulfill the real estate. You wouldn't need to create a real estate company one, but you would need one for the jewelry. But the real estate, you could be you. Just it could be Yvonne.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I think I saw another question from Cortina. She said, where do I start? I'm new to business arena. Where do I start? Well, here's what I would do. I would set up I would go through what's called the business model canvas, right? It's a way to organize your business. I'm gonna put it in here. And you can go to canvanizer.com. That's where I would start as organizing your business model. So business plans are important, but a Canvanizer allows you to run, allows you to organize your business in a way that's going to position yourself. And I know Anthony knows all about the Canvanizer, so he's a great resource on that too. But a Canvanizer is where I would start, Cortina. I think that, and then you got that clear, then you can put all the pieces in place for social media, for your marketing channels, your customer segments, knowing who what your metrics are, knowing your revenue streams, all those things is what I would do.
David, this is Dion.
Hey, Dion.
Hi. I would just like to caution people, if you have a personal and a business social media account, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, just be careful when you're toggling back and forth between the two. Make sure you're posting appropriate content on your business account. You don't want to run into any trouble posting the wrong thing. Even if you delete it, unfortunately, what gets on the internet stays on the internet forever.
That's so true.
Be careful just be mindful that you are posting on the right account when you're toggling back and forth on your phone.
That's so true. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. Agreed.
Hi, David. My name is Trish. Can you hear me? Hey, question for you, kind of tagging along with what Dion just stated. So I am currently a realtor, but my goal is to open a digital marketing business. And this was awesome. So thank you so much for all this information. But as a realtor, we have to create our separate account social media sites, because we're fined if we send anything from our personal. So I'm wondering, once I start my social media business, would it be like a similar thing? Probably have to do a little more research as far as the legal aspect of it. But I was just wondering,
so you're
because
saying
you currently do something like that, would it be, if you're familiar with or aware of that?
So no, I'm not aware of that aspect of fine. Is it are you agent under a certain broker?
Yeah, we're under a broker. So generally, even overall through the Greater Rochester Association of Realtors, we get fined because you're not supposed to advertise on a personal page. So what we have to do is basically we have to, create whatever we're going to create on our professional page. We have to forward it to our personal page and then send it like as a forward from our personal page. So it's such a headache because I don't have all of the friends on my professional realtor page that I have on my personal page. So unless I try to friend everyone, it kind of gets, okay, now I have to forward it, and then I have to, it gets kind of a headache. But it is definitely like $1,000 fine or something to that effect. You can't advertise from a personal page, or from a business page, and then I cannot forward someone else's information without their permission, and that's another fine. So they're kind of strict. So that's why I was wondering.
Gotcha.
That can be dicey.
Yeah, I'm not aware of anything from the digital marketing end. I haven't seen anything in all these years where you have the freedom to kind of like leverage it as you see fit from a digital marketing standpoint, because it's your company. So
Okay.
I don't see any challenges there.
All right, thanks.
Wow.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? I know there's 15 people on here. I want to give a chance to thank also the participants who started with us back in March. and who started with marketing and sales and went through branding, and then also finished up last week with web development and got an opportunity now to finish social media. So I thank everybody who has progressed with us. Thank you again.
Oh yes, I can answer.
Is that a question?
Martina's question. How to get people to follow you from your personal page to start checking out your business page? Great question. So I'm assuming you're talking about your, Cortina, can you just confirm? You're talking about Facebook, right? You're talking about a Facebook profile to a business page for Facebook, correct? I believe you are. So with that said, what you do is you create content. I would do a live. Lives get people engaged. So I do like a Facebook Live talking about whatever you're talking about. Hey, I'm launching my new business. Any profile. Okay, I got you. So we'll use Facebook, for example. Hey, I'm launching my new business. I would love for you guys to check me out on my Facebook business page. I'm doing whatever your business is. I'm doing a free analysis for the first 50 people that follow, right? So that's one way, and then you put the link down there. You can also do an invite from a Facebook page. You can do an invite to your personal friends, contacts, to invite them to your page. So there's an invite button when you set up a Facebook business page. And same thing, Instagram, you can invite. It's going to have an opportunity for you to connect your profile contacts if you choose to invite them there. So those are two places you can start. And then the other great thing is put it everywhere on your signatures, put it in your business cards, put your profiles everywhere you can think of. That's a marketing opportunity. Put your website, put your social platform on all of those places.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Pleasure.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, one of the things that I see a lot of entrepreneurs do when they first start is not tell anybody. You have to tell people that you're starting your business, because that's going to generate that interest from others. So.
Well, this has been great. Just really a fantastic content, David. Thank you so much. It was easy for us to follow and understand what you were teaching, and I really appreciate the time you took to provide the information and to answer questions. That's it for our first ever Rochester Tech Talk series. Thanks to everyone who's stuck with us over the four workshops. And I hope that you got as much out of this as you anticipated. We will be providing another series, Tech Talk series, in the fall. We usually do these twice a year. So if there was something that you missed, if you missed one of the workshops or something you'd like to come back around and get a second go at, just be on the lookout on our social media platforms. And you'll be hearing from me or one of my team members about the upcoming workshop series in the fall. Thank you again, Beverly and M&T Bank, for your sponsorship, for your partnership, for caring about our small business owners in the areas that we serve. Thank you, Anthony. You have been fantastic. You did such a great job developing this workshop series and sourcing our technical assistance providers like David, Simon, and Michael Warren and Jessica Lewis. Thank you very much for the work that you did. I look forward to working with you some more. Thank you, everybody, for attending. I really appreciate your time. This is time that you've taken to invest in yourself and your business. So it's important that you do this. I hope you all stay safe, and we'll be in touch soon. Look out for an email either tomorrow or Friday with the links to the slides and the video from this evening's workshop. Thank you all. Have a good evening.